Hello, what we're going to talk about today is the simple nail. Now this particular nail here is called a lost head nail, and they come in packs like this. Now the reason why they're called lost head nails is because when it's driven into the wood or whatever you're driving it into, the head of the nail is supposed to go below the surface of the wood, for instance. Now obviously it's impossible with the size of the head of the hammer to actually drive that any further than the surface of the wood. So what you'd have to do when it's level with the surface of the wood is use a tool such as this, which is a centre punch, and go on top of the nail and drive it in further. Now I've got a nail here which is nearly all the way driven in, and I'm going to finish it off and show you some of the problems. So obviously with me hitting this now with the hammerhead, I can only drive it as far as the timber itself, so I'll drive it in now and show you. Now that is probably level completely with the surface of the wood. Now one of the problems here is what can happen, you can be a little bit over ambitious with the hammer. In fact, it's just happened there. You probably can't see that, but there's a little bit of a dent on it. So I'll drive that in a little bit further, as can happen. And then what happens then, you get an indentation on the wood. I can actually feel that there. And then once that's been painted, it really can stand out. Sometimes you see this on your door casings or your skirting boards especially, and it looks pretty bad, to be honest with you. Anyway, once you've got it to that point, you'll then use a centre punch and place it over the nail. Bit of skill required on this, and then just poke it down, hit it underneath like that, and it's down about 2-3 mil underneath the surface of the wood. And that's filled in, sanded off and painted, and hopefully you don't know where the nail's gone in. If you're not skilled with this type of tool, what can happen is it can slip off as you're doing it and then cause another sort of, make the hole look bigger and unnecessary filling again. So what we're going to show you today is the it's called the Snap-edd nail. It's 2 nails in one, and this new nail is going to be coming from Tech Limited. I'm going to show you the advantage of using this type of nail. So we've got a nail here which is it's got the lost head on it there. It's split into 2 nails. So I'm going to drive this in now and see the difference of what happens. So place it on there, lock it in, as you can see now, it's actually gone beneath the surface of the timber, and there's no damage whatsoever to the outside edge of the timber. So now the head is sunk underneath the timber. So next thing we do is just give the nail a tap a couple of times, and then the original top piece snaps off, and as you can see there, it's nice and sunk within the wood, and there's not one single mark around the top. And of course, with the scrap piece that we've got left over, we've actually got another nail which can be used again on your rough type joinery. It certainly is can be used for whatever. So you've got another nail left over there. So that's the Snap-edd nail from Tech, and they're going to come in all different shapes and sizes, lengths, etc. The next thing I will show you is the advantage of using these on fine mouldings or panel pins. Okay, what we're looking at now is a typical moulding, which can be going on your door frames or your furniture or whatever. And I'm sure most of you who's experienced in this will be familiar of this kind of situation, where you're trying to nail it into the recess here, and the nail catches on the moulding there. Makes on this one it has made a particular mess. That's just totally unacceptable. That would have to be scrapped and started again. Now, as you can see, there's two nails in there. They have been sunk in with a nail punch, so that's not uncommon. So what we're going to do now is use a Snap-edd panel pin, and the other advantage of this is you can get right into the gaps. The nail is longer, so it's easier to hold, and it is not going to damage by slipping of the hammer, or less likely to, any of the fine moulding. So I'll knock this in now into the recess, and you can see the difference. So if you look at that now closely, you can see there's absolutely no way can the hammerhead hit the mouldings. It's gone underneath. It's very simple to do with these. All you do is bend it left and right a few times, off she comes. Nail is sunk underneath beautifully, no damage, no marks, and then of course you've got another pin you can use on other types of timber, whatever. What's left over is you can use the pin for other jobs, so it's not actually wasted. So there you have it. That's the Snap-edd nail coming from Dadtech very shortly. If you need to find out any information, go to our website, which is dadtech.co.uk, and send us an email. Any inquiries would be welcome. So that's it, the new nail Snap-edd from Dadtech. Thanks very much for watching.